Have you heard of a kingdom so diverse that it has 10 kings from 4 different continents aligned as one? Yes, you have. Just as it was written over 1600 years ago in the Ethiopian original tongues. And it spoke about these times of revelation when the formation of BRICS will start. So let's read. After this I saw in the night visions, behold, a fourth beast that has 10 horns. And I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from among the 10 kings. Why? Because he comes from Iraq, and it stood still upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a wild beast ascending out of the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads, and upon the horns 10 diadems, but upon his heads blasphemous names. Now the wild beast that I saw was like a leopard. So what is the leopard? It's a country of brick. The leopard is a symbol of power and strength associated with India. The Russian bear. What country is the bear in the Bible? Russia. What country represents the dragon? The dragon is represented in China. What country do they say God is the dragon? China, and they use it as their zodiac signs. So what is on the BRICS money? This is a BRICS $100 bill, and you clearly see the dragon, because the dragon is what gives it its authority. In other words, it's the money. And notice who fell approximately 20 years ago when they had the Iraq War. So currently, if you control the money, you control the world. So right now, $100 worth of bricks is worth 6,161 US dollars. So let's read an excerpt from 72, Star Witness. The 10 countries of BRICS are Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. So in plain Geese, the entire region from Egypt to India, both countries inclusive, were called Ethiopia in reference to dark-skinned people. India itself was referred to as Eastern Ethiopia. Therefore, the majority of those BRICS countries, including South Africa, were at one point inhabited with Ethiopians speaking Geese. But now in these times of revelations, those lands of Ethiopia are replaced by the followers of disobedient Kemetic Ethiopians, the ancient Egyptians in whom all religions stem from, and pagans' customs. The ancient Egyptian eagle wing symbol started around 3000 BCE, which is over 1500 years after the authentic Abyssinian civilization began, with the oldest of all languages, known as the father language Ge'ez. Then the eagle flew to Persia around 550 BCE, then to Rome, then later eventually into Russia and America. In other words, they're one. So let's see the eagle in Russia right now.
So this is meant to be Russia's new army cathedral? But I don't understand. Why would the army need a What? This is the most Warhammer 40k coded thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, why would an army need this? It's not like Russia's a theocracy.
See the eagle? Same eagle, because it comes from ancient Egypt. Now the wild beast that I saw was like a leopard, which is India, but its feet was those of a bear, which is Russia, and its mouth was as a lion's mouth, which is Ethiopia, and the dragon, which is China, and the money symbol, gave to the beast its power and its throne and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as though slaughtered to death, Iraq, but his death stroke got healed, And all the earth followed the wild beast with admiration, and they worshiped the dragon because it gave the authority to the wild beast. As you can see, $100 worth of bricks is worth 6,161 US dollars. So of course they're going to worship the money. So the wild beast, who is like to the wild beast, and who can do battle with it? And the mouth speaking great things and blasphemies was given it, and authority to act for 42 months. So notice what's going to happen. Gog of Magog, which is Russia, and the prince of Rosh, and Tubal, which is Turkey, Jehovah says, I am against thee, O Gog, prince of Rosh, and thy army, which have a armor and a great company, with handling swords. Therefore Persia, which is Iran, Cush, Ethiopia, and Put, Libya, are going to join together. So currently, Libya is not part of B.R.I.C.S, but according to the Ethiopian original tongues, they will be. So the army from the uttermost parts of the north, which basically saying China and Russia are going to come. After many days, I shall be visiting the latter years upon the mountains of Israel. So they're going to go to Ethiopia to take great spoil, where they're going to find Sheba. So she's supposed to be here in the latter days, where you would find her man, Solomon. So the book of Esdras is about revelation. So the Lord to set the holy ark of the Lord in the house that King Solomon, the son of David, had built. So there you will find the Lord God, David, the king of Israel, and Solomon, his son. And you will also find Nebuchadnezzar, and he's going to be controlling Egypt, Jerusalem, Judea. He's also going to be controlling Babylon, because that's where he's from. Therefore, he's going to be controlling Persia, the countries of B.R.I.C.S. So that's why it says, woe be unto Babylon, also known as Iraq, and Asia. Remember, Asia comes from Persia. So woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Why? Because they're all in cahoots with each other. They're all the eagle. So let's watch what the eagle follows.
What was the revelation Muhammad got that was already revealed? What was his revelation to the world?
Right.
What was it what? For what purpose? You have Jews living by Torah, Christians living by gospel in Egypt.
Remember, all scriptures are translated out of the Ethiopian original tongue. So the Quran was written centuries after the Ethiopian original tongues. Therefore, it has no revelation in it. They just copied and made up their own version of a Ethiopian original tongue, calling it the Quran.
What was Quran revelation for?
It was for people to know that they should worship God.
But they were knowing that before. All Israel knew that before. There were people worshiping and serving a holy God. So what was this? What was unique about Islam?
In other words, the Quran has no prophecy in it that was not already written. They didn't come with anything new. And if the prophecy is against them, then why would they prophesize against themselves?
Want to let the world?
Because basically people in Mecca used to worship statues.
Which people?
The people in Mecca.
In Mecca, so that's Arabs. So you're directing your story to Arabs, pagan Arabs.
You ask why you worship God.
Yeah, but
Right, because Allah is basically representing pagan. It's a moon god. Just another name for a moon god. And therefore, he never existed. That's why Allah doesn't have a birth date.
But who wrote the Quran? That was the question, right?
We as Muslims don't believe that there was an author of the Quran.
But someone had to write it, though. Zayd ibn Thabit, he put them together. He was the scribe. But who wrote it on leaves, on rocks, on things like this? So I just find it a little hypocritical, because Muslims will say, we don't know for sure that Matthew, Mark, Luke, John wrote it, but then who wrote the Quran?
Okay, let's go with the argument that you have 4 of them.
Sure.
I just have 1 of them.
Hello. Pay attention. They just made it up. And it was more than Muhammad.
I want you to give me pre-Quranic evidence that Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered Muhammad. Give me the source. Before Quran, before the Hadith. Give me one source.
Quran before the Hadith?
Yeah, because we have a lot of historical documentation.
Interrupt me, Sam. Let me. I think
Yes,
it's
you aren't.
it's a dumb question because we have genetic evidence. I think genetic evidence is good enough. We've shown that both the Jews and the Arabs.
You're ranting, Nadir. Don't rant, because I know you want to eat up my time like a coward. Let me make it clear for you again. Just because Arabs and Jews are related doesn't mean the Arabs are Ishmaelites and that Ishmael settled in the Kaaba. Give me one pre-Quranic archaeological proof Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the ancestors of Muhammad. Very simple. So if it's a dumb question, give me a dumb answer, because
There is none. In other words, they're just making it up. Follow Jah, not man.